The man of the hour is in front of him. Artyom Morozov has continually shown the left-handed arm wrestling world that he is in fact the #1 dude in the world. Look at the size. There's a big crushing, but the match has stopped. We have all been told, once the match gets stopped, you will see Artyom slowly chop the size of the Polish man down, and all of a sudden, Alex Kurdecha come in looking twice as big as Artyom Morozov. All of a sudden, ladies and gentlemen, Artyom Morozov is every bit as big as Alex Kurdecha. Ladies and gentlemen, Neil Pickup. The size of Kurdecha could give you a sense that Artyom has no chance.
He needs to bust that wrist back, Travis.
The second start now in the strap. One of two things will happen. The outside power will be too much once he gets away from him, or it'll just get shut down like that, right in the center of the table. Kurdecha on the offense, but I believe bleeding. And I believe Artyom can go this forever. Gaining a little more. Alex Kurdecha still in the match.
So much weight onto your arm. That weight is something serious, but you can see the effort going into that from Morozov. And Alex Kurdecha bleeding heavily there, and he's running out of gas. You wonder what damage he's done there, though, as he comes across for the press. And this could be dangerous for Morozov. What a match, Travis, in our super heavyweight division. And one thing you can say is, Alex Kurdecha is not lacking effort, is he? My God.
Definitely crossing the center there, but listen, Alex Kurdecha is a super big man. He can
cross the center 3 feet away from the table.
And the ability to transition in all of those moves tells me that he really is awesome.
Certainly off the evidence of the first round, you can understand why, but I'll tell you what, that was a lot better from Kurdecha, and you wonder how much damage he's done to the bicep. I guess we find out on this hit now. Almost ready to go, and away we go! Better from Morozov, much better and much more aggressive, and it's him making the early running, and Kurdecha soaking it up. What a seesaw battle here, Travis Pageant.
Watch Kurdecha trying to get this thing back to middle. When it does, his shoulder will come forward. He's gonna come in. Artyom Morozov cannot stand up. He must finish from here, or the big man's coming hard with that shoulder.
And the bicep starting to open there, and here comes Kurdecha, and there's the tricep. It's driven on. He's back in the match. It's lit up here in the main event. Oh my God, it is on. It is on.
So super impressed with Artyom Morozov and the power from the man, because Alex Kurdecha is huge, Neil.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Listen, he had some success stopping that with his shoulder coming forward. He chose to stay back, lay on the tricep, still attempt an outside movement. Once it was completely shut off, then the offense from Morozov. With Alex Kurdecha, I've never been more convinced this guy's got a chance to be the champ of the world with either arm.
The other thing is with Alex, this guy is absolutely committed and diligent, as is Morozov.
If you're in Kurdecha's corner, you want to know how much gas does he still have left. That's a great start for Morozov.
Got a great position there, moves hard to the back of the pump. That was a little mistake there from Alex. He needs to stay tight and stay with it. But again, he's charging that weight across the table. And you do feel like Morozov is in slight desperation mode also.
Can't stand up, and honestly, he needs to stand up, but can't do it. If you stand up in that position, the big man's coming
The
forward.
hand is coming outside the shoulder, Trav. It's coming outside the shoulder, you can see it. And there is his own tricep press attempt, and it's successful. My God, it's going everywhere. Oh, what a main event here. East versus West 11 ignites, Travis Pageant. What about that, mate?
Oh my goodness, I think now, and only now, the main event could be the match of the day. Outstanding. Just when you think that Alex is too big, has too much ability to stop the offensive paralysis, then all of a sudden, this thing that you thought Alex could do, Morozov comes in. What a tricep press. What an outstanding match that we are watching in Istanbul.
We've got Alex Kurdecha he was pegged back early. He then came back into the match, leveled it, only to see Morozov do the same to him in the next round. Oh, immediate dead wrist press!
Let's go!
Oh, this is nuts. Alex Kurdecha with the explosive start and the immediate dead wrist press. Jerry Caderet, take a bow. Showed the effectiveness of that move to the world for so many years, and it's been adopted. I spoke about the diligence that Kurdecha has put into his training, into his technical range, evidenced by that.
An absolute chess match.
And the funny thing is here, Travis, what we're seeing is both men losing rounds because they don't know what's coming.
Alex has to try to flop wrist shoulder press him, and if Morozov holds on, he deserves to lose.
Here we go, big drive. It's a hook from Morozov. That's a pin. Yeah, that's a win. Morozov took it all on the start there, and there was a degree of confidence around that from Artyom Morozov.
That was a beautiful situation where you knew the last round he was running from you, and then the slight mistake there. Listen, Jerry Caderet, oftentimes, if you hold on, he doesn't need to go to the strap. If you are, and listen, when you first get someone's hand, it immediately strikes you as a good time to snatch onto that index finger. It got Morozov in a little bit of trouble, but he knew what he felt. He thinks he's stronger than Alex Kurdecha from here on.
Yes, he does.
I don't see a way for Alex to get out of here because I don't know anything new that could happen.
Unless Morozov guesses roll, that's perfect. That was perfect. Absolutely exceptional move from Morozov to retain the title. And I'll tell you what, mate, you'll rarely see more entertaining arm wrestling than we've seen here at East versus West 11 in the main event. That was a fabulous display of arm wrestling. Two real giants, two really up-and-coming superstars of the sport, showing why they are at the elite of the current super heavyweight crop.
The score, always on the screen, it could just help a brother out here. Here we go, back into it. Morozov, once again, he got in trouble here early, right? Trying too much offense and then getting stuck, not being able to stand up. Alex Kurdecha, if this thing is only 3-2 now, it's on.
Oh my God, it's on. I feel like it isn't, but elbow foul, Morozov. But I'll tell you what I'm happy to see it run and run, mate, because I can watch this all night. Spectacular arm wrestling here. Alex Kurdecha, flat, full hook, happy to stay in there and able to stay in there with Artyom Morozov. And what I'd say is, just to echo what you were saying earlier on, mate, how far can Kurdecha go in this game? Because you got to remember, he has not been active for a long period of time.
But now, back against an absolute stud, and Morozov looks to me like he's the fitter athlete. He could go all night, it appears, Neil.
Here we go. Artyom Morozov, the reigning. Oh, there is the dynamism again. Drove straight to the side, and when the strap was applied, there was no room for error. And I'll tell you what, that's an impressive performance from Artyom Morozov of Kazakhstan. He retains the Super Heavyweight Championship of the world here at East versus West. And all I can say is, you will not see many more entertaining super heavyweight matches than that, Travis. That was epic.
No doubt. We saw it all. Both arm wrestlers had control. Both arm wrestlers made mistakes. But in the end, rarely. Let's give hats off to Ingen Terzi right here. This is a beautiful situation of top-level arm wrestling mixed in with two great showmen. Alex Kurdecha, what a great showing here at East vs. West. And listen, the champ is the champ. Artyom Morozov is the left-handed king of the world, and unless you can prove me otherwise, there he is, Neil Pickup.
And just to echo what I said earlier tonight, just speaking to Engen a moment ago there, got another message from him, really struggling with people trying to pirate tonight's broadcast and put it out there for people so that they don't buy the pay-per-view. For me, that is just scandalous. And it's a shame that we're having to bring that up at this stage of the broadcast. But all you guys, fans of the sport of arm wrestling, do not support people that pirate this thing. Buy the pay-per-view and let this thing continue, because you've seen the level of competition that we're seeing here is the very best in the world. The matches are exceptional. Let's support this thing and help it to grow. Arm wrestling is a great time right now. And we have just seen one of the most entertaining super heavyweight main events that you will ever see in this sport. Fabulous stuff. Kurdecha and Morozov. Brilliant. Look at this match. It went everywhere. We got to see both men put their full and complete arsenal on display tonight. They went through the technical range. Incredible. We're going to head downstairs to Rolly Ray Lipinge, who will be catching up with Artyom Morozov.
What an absolutely crazy main event we had today. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed it here as well at home. First, before we go to the winner, Alex Kurdecha gets a round of applause. Come on. What a performance coming out of after 1.5 years, just showing up and giving a fight to the champ. His third title match, still your super heavyweight left arm, East versus West world champion, Artyom Morozov. He gets the belt from Levan Saginashvili.